All right, Aubrey, you had an interesting question that you wanted to ask me, and I agreed to answer it on a video. So, please share with everyone what your interesting question was.
If we live on Earth, how is Earth in space?
Yeah, that wasn't exactly the way you phrased it. It was more like, if Earth is in space, whenever someone says, "Where are you?" we never say "in space." Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's tackle that one first. So let's look at the Earth. So we'll go image Earth. So part of that reason, the way that you ask it to me the first time, is whenever we ask, "Where are you?" we want
That's not good.
no, that's not good. All right. Through the magic of editing and troubleshooting, we now have a picture of Earth. So whenever someone asks, "Where are you?" the answer that we want to give is the one that provides the most information, right? So if I say, "Hey, Aubrey, where are you?" We're both in the house, and you say, "In the universe." Does that help me very much?
Not really.
Not really, does it?
No.
Because I want to know where in the house you are. So even if you said "in the house," would that help me out any?
No.
All right. So that sort of answers that question. The way that you ask it the first time is whenever someone says, "Where are you?" we want to know where you are most precisely, the one that gives us the most information, right?
So, most of the time I say, like, in my room.
That's right. So now your other question is, if Earth is in space, how can we live on Earth? Because what is in space?
Planet Earth?
Well, so is there anything to breathe in space?
No.
Is there anything to breathe on Earth?
Yes.
Yes. So Earth is big.
Insane.
Maybe not as big for a planet per se, but on the scale of things, it's very, very big.
Yes.
And big objects exert this thing that pulls other objects to them. Do you know what that's called?
Gravity?
Gravity. Very good. So gravity is this strange thing. And some people say it's not even a force, but that's like really crazy physics. So we'll just pretend that it's this thing that is squeezing all of this stuff in, right? It's this attraction. It's so big that when other stuff is near it, it gets pulled towards it. So if we have a satellite like flying up in orbit, right, it has to keep a certain speed to stay in orbit. If it starts to slow down, Earth's gravity will slowly pull it back in to the atmosphere. And it'll burn up and it'll crash. Hopefully not on anyone that we know. That was a joke. It's actually a very small percentage that like space debris is going to land on someone. So one of the benefits of that gravity is that it doesn't just pull something like a solid object like a space shuttle or a satellite or something like that. It helps pull the air next to it. And that's what we call the atmosphere. So, do you remember whenever we took our trip into the mountains?
Red River?
Yes. And we talked about how when you go up, the air is thinner. And the chip bags blow up, and sometimes it takes longer for certain things to cook, and it's harder to breathe. Right? So that's because of gravity.
What Grandpa Charles?
Yes. Because of gravity pulling the air down, the air piles up real thick at the bottom, and as you go up, it gets thinner and thinner. Yeah, around 10,000 feet, it gets really hard to breathe. And that's why airplanes are compressed. So that gravitational pull helps keep a blanket of gases that we call the atmosphere around us, and that contains the oxygen that we breathe. It also contains different gases that protect us from like radiation and things like that come and hit the earth. UFO. No, there's no gases that protect us against the UFOs.
But what if it was?
I don't know what kind of gas. Well, in the original story of War of the Worlds, do you know what actually stopped the Martian invasion whenever they got to Earth?
Alien?
Well, no, the Martians were the aliens. And when they invaded Earth, there was something that stopped them. And it wasn't a tank, it wasn't bullets, it wasn't a giant laser gun. You know what it was?
Air, gravity, earth, something, rocket, bug?
Bacteria. They got sick. So does that answer your question about how Earth can be in space and we can still live on Earth?
Sure.
Sure? Did it answer your question on why when we ask where you are, we don't say in space?
Yes.
All right, then what are we supposed to say at the end of our videos?
Subscribe and like.
Like and subscribe. All right. Let's tell everybody goodbye.
Bye.